Hey guys, happy Saturday. I thought I'd do an energy reading for today. Today is 11/12/21. So 11/12/21. Yesterday was 11/11. 11/11 is a powerful number and it's a powerful date. And I could definitely feel the energy. Yesterday was more intense. Today feels a lot more like we've kind of like gone over the we've crossed the bridge, the plateau, and things are kind of starting to wind down a little bit. So I figured I'd do a reading today. Usually I do Surrender Sunday, but I'm gonna do Surrender Saturday, I guess, or something else clever that I can think of. So I'll go ahead and get into the reading. Today I'm using the numerology deck. I'm using Angel Wisdom Tarot, and I am using the Priestess of Light Oracle. I've been really drawn to this deck in particular for the last few readings that I've done. I don't know, something about the divine feminine energy flowing lately. There's been a lot of, fluctuations in growth and expansion. And I think the main topic of most of my readings lately have been all about growth and overcoming obstacles, mostly that we place in our own path versus from external sources, because we all have control. We all really truly have our own control in our lives, and we tend to give that power away. I'm overcoming a sinus infection, so I apologize if I'm clearing my throat a lot. It's been very frustrating. Alright, let's see what we've got today in the numerology deck. Just a generalized energy for today. Oh, the first one that popped out is self-love. Oh, the second one that popped out is forgiveness and spiritual career. Let's see what's at the bottom. And that's funny, this was in the last reading. Follow your dreams. So self-love, forgiveness, spiritual career, and follow your dreams. Let's see what the Priestess of Light has for us. Yeah, and this week I've really been tapping into who I am as an individual. And when I say individual, I mean in my own true individuality, being me, being unapologetic, and just going with the flow, not trying to force anything, trusting myself above all else, trusting my intuition and the messages that I receive for this week. Okay, the first one is clarity, planning, and releasing illusion. This one came out the last time as well. This has the number 5 on it. The number 5 has been very, it's been sticking out to me lately. I've been seeing a lot of 5s and a lot of 3s. I don't know about you guys if you've been seeing these numbers too, but it's definitely, there have been some powerful transmissions through these numbers. Oh, look, the 50, that's a 5 too. Sacred gratitude, appreciation, and prayer. And I think this message came up the last time too. I was talking about gratitude and being in the moment, living in the moment, being grateful for what you have, and trying not to focus too much on expectations, because expectations come from a different timeline. If you really think about it, having expectations is not in your current reality. It's not in your current timeline. So it's all about being centered and just being grateful for what you have so far, and working towards, if your goal is to work towards better things and to have more, then you know, no judgment. That's a beautiful thing. But the main focus right now is leading with a grateful heart and a grateful spirit. Releasing the illusion of material things and wanting what you don't have or what you may feel like you can't have. Because in human design, we sometimes tend to have this mindset, like if we know that we can't have something necessarily, we want to fight for it even more. And I think that's outside of the current reality as well. So getting past those illusions and just being here right now and focus on what you can achieve. Oop. That one came flying out. There we go. What's this one? Oh, look at that. Like that, seriously. I mean, there's no coincidence in that. Number 3, calming the waters, peaceful self-regulation. And when I think of this too, being the number 3, I think in terms of energetic meridians and the chakra systems. Your 3rd chakra is your solar plexus. So technically I always view it as us having 9, because I include the soul star, which is the highest connection to spirit and the highest realms. And then the lowest chakra being the earth star chakra, which connects us to Gaia, which connects us to earth, which connects us to the human experience altogether. Now in traditional Reiki and traditional energetic practices and healing and modalities, they focus on the 7 chakras. So starting from the first one, you have the root chakra. Then the second one is the sacral. And the third is the solar plexus. Your solar plexus is your center. That's your gut. That is your connection to your inner security, your inner, I believe it's connected to the endocrine system or the nervous system, because your central solar plexus connects to your, it's almost like a sense of safety. So this one says calming the waters, peaceful self-regulation. That's what it makes me think of, is the solar plexus. Feeling safe and being in the state of mind of being able to calm, just to like kind of calm your nerves when you're feeling overwhelmed. I know I have some things coming up that I'm really nervous about, and it's all focused around my solar plexus. And also it can tie into your root chakra as well. But it's all about finding that balance and I mean, even connecting to the moon is well known for emotions and connecting to the tides and the water systems, the eco water systems on Earth. So if you go outside and if you live by the water, or if the water is a calming place for you, which I know pretty much 85% of people love to be near the water, because the water has such a calming effect. It kind of just dissolves your worries away. And I'm telling you, if I could live on the beach somewhere in a beach house with the windows and doors open 24/7 with the saltwater air blowing in my face, I would be living the life. That's really what type of lifestyle I would love to be. I would love to be in that type of environment, because it's so refreshing to me. And it's like the ocean just washes away all of my fears, all of my worries. Now, 5, if we're talking about energetic meridians, this could connect to, this is the solar plexus. So then you have the 4th would be your heart, and your 5th would be your throat, which makes perfect sense, because even though this is yellow and this could represent solar plexus energy as well, clarity could be found through your 3rd eye, but also clarity can be found through your throat chakra, because through clarity you have to know when to communicate and how to communicate, to release those feelings of expression through clarifying what you want versus what you don't want, right? And same with this one. Sacred gratitude, appreciation, and prayer can come through verbalization. Prayer is obviously a very sacred spiritual experience. It's something that comes from the higher states of consciousness, but this could also come through communication as well. Communicating to nature, going outside and communicating with the animals, communicating to the trees. That's all a form of communication. See if anything else comes up in here. That one kind of wanted to come out. Oops. Okay. So I'm not going to pull all these, but this one definitely stands out to me right now. This says 46, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is 10, which is 1, which is all about also new chapters, new beginnings. Healing earth, what I was just talking about, through sacred gratitude and prayer, connecting to nature, connecting to Gaia, the power to give and receive healing. I love that card. It's like she's healing, this goddess here she's healing the earth with her intentions. An intention is a very powerful thing. And it's something I think a lot of us tend to bypass because, you know, as humans, we get caught up in the mundane and we get caught up in the third dimensional state of reality. I'm going to start pulling cards from the Angel Wisdom Tarot and see what comes up here. What is the message for the energies today from the angels? Ooh, okay. We got 3 that popped out already. All right. Queen of Pentacles. This says generous, practical, gracious, materialistic, the ability to make anything more beautiful, a love of family and home, be practical about how you proceed, a love of art and beauty, a sensible approach. When I think of Queen of Pentacles, it's all about taking your power back. It's all about standing in your power. As you know, because Pentacles represents earth energy, which is in terms of material and more of the human experience. And Queen energy is very powerful. She knows what she wants. So it's all about gaining that perspective and knowing what you want. And that's kind of crazy. These are all Pentacle energy. So you have the Queen of Pentacles, you have 3 of Pentacles, which is all about craftsmanship. It's all about working towards what you desire. This says, do what you love, recognition for the highest quality of work, especially creative endeavors, being paid well for your craft, working well with others, an excellent reputation. A bit more so building a good reputation for yourself. Not so much, because the energy all around right now is focusing on you. What you want, not what other people want or what they expect of you. Because like I said, expectation comes from a totally different timeline. And then you have 2 of Pentacles, which is 2 of Pentacles has to do with making decisions. So I feel like maybe with the 3 of Pentacles, with the craftsmanship and kind of working to stand in your power and work towards that, the earthly possessions is what just came up. Making decisions on what is best for you. So thinking in terms of what makes me really happy, what do I really want to be doing in this lifetime? What do I feel like, what goals do I need to work towards to really find fulfillment? Okay? So this could also indicate that maybe you're burning yourself out. Because, you know, something me and my mother were talking about just yesterday is it's just, to me, now this is my personal opinion, and we both had a mutual agreement on this because it just kind of doesn't seem logical in the grand scheme of things. How have we become a society that works 5 days out of 7 days a week? We work full time, most of us. I mean, some of us have part-time jobs, and some of us don't work at all. But staying in the right train of thought here, we work so much and we barely have time for our families, our children, let alone ourselves. If we don't even have time to spend with our kids, and that if we don't really have the time to put aside to really create things with our children, to have that creative center, tapping into the sacral, what makes us think that we're going to have time for ourselves? We have to make time. If we don't have a choice and we have to work a full-time job to support ourselves and to support our family, which unfortunately in America, that's just how things are. We're not Switzerland. We're not New Zealand, unfortunately. Me and my mom were talking about that. I wish that things could be different in America. I wish we could have a better schedule, a better routine all around for everyone, so that we could be happier, so that we're not living off of the pharmaceutical companies. The pharmaceutical companies thrive in America because so many of us are taking antidepressants, we're taking anxiety medication, we're taking PTSD medication, we're going to therapy. It's really, it makes me sad. Because what kind of a life is that? To just be, it's basically being on autopilot. And that's not a life. That's not a life for anyone. I'm sorry. That may be my opinion, and I may have very strong opinions about it, but my beliefs are, I've worked since I was 6 years old. I started working with my dad at a very young age. He had us working really hard. You know, I make jokes about the fact that he thought that he was raising sons because me and my sister, we both worked like little work mules. And we helped him a lot, and I didn't really mind it so much at the time. Some of it was a lot, you know, because he does manual labor. He does physical work outside in the heat. And we live in Florida. It's hot here. You know, pretty much 9 months out of 12. If not more than that. But my point being, I've worked really hard since I was young. And I know through that, I've gained a really strong work ethic, which I'm thankful for. I'm really grateful that my father molded me into the person that I am today, because I've learned and I appreciate what hard work can get you. Because I've seen him succeed. Through hard work, he has everything that he could possibly want or need. You know, that doesn't create really altogether a sense of happiness necessarily, but in the humane aspect, or the human aspect, that's my thought process. But getting back to my main point, I'm kind of straying away from that a little bit. We shouldn't have to work so much and so hard 5 days out of 7 days a week, even more than that. Some of us work 7 days a week and we don't have any time for ourselves. We have to have time as souls having a human experience. We are still spiritual beings. No matter what your religious belief is, no matter what your spiritual belief is, if you have one or none or whatever, it doesn't matter. We are spiritual beings and we still need to have a spiritual experience being here. Meaning, we need to have time for meditation. We need to have time for prayer. We need to have time for family. We need to have time for our children, for ourselves, number one. We cannot pour from an empty cup. That's obvious. And I know a lot of people know this, and they're like, well, it is what it is. I have to go to work. I have to work an 8 to 5 job 5 or 6 days out of the week. And then on my one day off, I spend it at home catching up on laundry, dishes, going grocery shopping, yada, yada, et cetera, et cetera. But life really doesn't have to be that way. I know because I lived that life for a very long time. The first 4 years of my daughter's life, I spent working all the time. I never saw her. And it's just me. I've been supporting her since day one, alone. Me and her have been together since day one. But losing my job through the COVID situation, I was able to gain a whole new perspective. And I got that time. I got the time to sit with myself, to meditate, to create something new that I never would have dreamed of happening. And I made it happen. I created my own business. It's thriving. I have 40 plus clients. And I am so grateful. I'm now in school full time, learning a new modality so that I can incorporate it into that. Am I struggling on a mundane level, on a material level? Absolutely. But the struggle is worth it to me. I work really hard when I can, but I still make the time for myself, and I make the time for my child. So if I've gotten a little bit off key here, I apologize, but those were the messages that were coming through so clearly, and I feel like all of this really just ties in, and because all of these pentacle energies came up through the tarot and a lot of earth energy, I felt like that's really where, and self-love, I'm hitting on all of these. And as far as forgiveness, I think we all deserve the grace of forgiveness. We all deserve that. We all deserve to forgive ourselves, and I feel like others deserve our forgiveness as well, because in order to move on, we need to forgive the ones who have hurt us, whether it's doing a distance healing, self-healing through distance, cutting the energetic cord to those who have wronged you in the past or you've wronged, wishing them well, or seeing them in person and just saying, hey, I forgive you, and above all else, I forgive myself. I went down this path. Yes, I learned a lot. You made me stronger. I made me stronger. Let's just forgive each other and really try to find true forgiveness, because it brings a lot of healing. Now, there's still some things in my past that I still have not 100% been able to find forgiveness, but I'm getting there. And I think it starts with us, because when we learn to forgive ourselves for the mistakes that we've made in the past, it's like an automatic. It's an automatic reflection onto the other party. And it comes right back. It like reverberates. That energy reflects onto them, and the reflection comes back to you, and it's very healing. So I'm going to look at the bottom of the deck on this one and see what it is to come. What's to come, I should say. Look at that. Oh, that's really pretty. The World card. That's just positive reinforcement behind all of this. And these are all of the elements, but it's just funny that it's coins in particular, like the symbolism of coin. So all will be well. A brilliant success, a time of joyful accomplishment and spiritual enlightenment. Freedom to do whatever you want. Freedom to do whatever you want. Be proud of yourself. This is your life. So live your life the way that you see fit for you, not for anybody else. So I hope this message just help, and I really like the energy right now. I think it's a new level of forgiveness, healing, and I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah. I hope you enjoyed my reading, and I hope you guys have a really great weekend. I will see you later.